Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Meech. I'm back with another video. And in this video, as you can tell by the title, I'm doing my half a year beauty favorites. These are the beauty products that I have been using between the time of January and June, and they have become favorites or are still favorites. So if you want to see what these beauty favorites are, just keep on watching. Okay, y'all, you notice I have not, if you've been watching my channel this year, you know that I have not really been doing favorites. I did start doing top 5 videos, and I will link that in this video. So I'm going to try not to repeat those items that I did in my top 5, but these are some favorites that I have been using and loving and repeatedly going back to between the time of January and June. So hopefully this video won't be too long, but just in case, get you a drink, get you some tea, get you a little snack, and let's go ahead and get into my beauty favorites. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this in some semblance of an order. So let's start with primers. Okay, my favorite face primer that I have used so far is the Hangover RX primer. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I have dry skin. So I tend to lean towards things that give me moisture, that gives me luminosity, you know, that helps my dry skin. And so far, this primer has been the best. I really like it. It gets a little bit tacky when you put it on, so it helps, you know, pull on the foundation. But this is by Too Faced. It has like coconut water, you know about Too Faced. But yeah, this has been my favorite primer for my dry skin. Now, I said I wasn't going to repeat things, but I have to put this in here. This is my Milani eyeshadow primer. I love this primer for my eyebrows. I'm just giving this a disclaimer. I'm not going to talk about it, but you know, if you've been watching my makeup basket videos, you know how much I love this. Okay, but my favorite eyebrow primer is by Benefit, and it's the Bravo Conditioning Primer. This one right here. I don't know what's in this, but whatever it is, I didn't have like, my eyebrows didn't reach, they weren't full in the center part of my face. And after I started using this, my eyebrows grew. So I'm attributing it to this conditioning primer by Benefits. I really like this primer. It's a twist bottom, and the product comes out of the top part. But I really love this primer. It is really good. The next primer is for eyeshadow, and I just discovered this primer, but it immediately bypassed the primer that I had that I was going to talk about, which is I was going to talk about the E-Benefits Stayed on Stray as my favorite primer. This is what it looks like. I was going to talk about this, but it's no longer my favorite primer. My favorite primer is now the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Caffeine. And this is what it looks like. And it is very similar to the Benefits, except it is thicker. It is almost like you are putting on, you know how people put concealer on their eye and then put a primer? It's like a concealer and a primer in one. And this is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. It has a wand. I love it. I just got it, but I love it. And it helps bring out my eyeshadow, so it's really good. I really love this primer. All right, moving on to, I'll just do sprays next. You already know, I feel like I got to mention this. You already know Matte Fix Plus is, you know, everything. Everything in life, I love Matte Fix Plus. But, you know, I already mentioned that in the top 5. So, my favorite primer, my favorite face spray besides that one, because I feel like I'm cheating on my Matte Fix Plus. But yeah, that's the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. This spray, I love it. It is so multi-purpose. I can spray it on before I put on my foundation. I can spray it on after I put on the full face, and it helps it melt together. You know, not as good as the Matte Fix Plus, but this is a dual purpose spray. I love it. I've even started using the other one, the green one, but you know, the jury's still out on that. But this is a very, very good face spray. As far as a makeup setting spray, my favorite makeup setting spray that I have been using is a Sephora brand, and it is the Beauty Amplifier. This is a great setting spray, especially if you like the dewy look. I mean, I don't know if you'll like it if you already have oily skin, or if you like to be matte. But if you like to be dewy, or if you like to have that luminosity shining through, this spray is the bomb. And just like the Mario Badescu spray, the spray nozzle is great, because you know sometimes a spray nozzle can ruin the whole effect of a face spray. So I love this. All right, we're moving right along. Y'all might not even need that snap. Okay, my favorite foundation. Okay, I have dry skin. And sometimes when I use my foundations, I'm like, I don't see a difference. I don't see any difference in all the foundations I've been using. So I quit buying all these high-end foundations, even though I want to try a Becca one. I believe it's Becca. But anyway, I said I'm not going to be spending all this money and they all look the same to me. I don't have like all those, I don't really have hyperpigmentation. I don't have blemishes to cover. I don't have to worry about oils breaking through. So the things that a high-end foundation do for people, I really don't feel like I need. So my favorite foundation really is a drugstore, and it's the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup Foundation, and I have it in neutral. I love how this looks on my skin. It gives me a nice dewy look. Sometimes it gives me too dewy. I put some powder on, but it's not all the time. But this is my favorite foundation. Sure. I don't have to pay an arm and leg. I think this is like $12 in the drugstore. And I mean, I still use other foundations, but this is my favorite. All right, that was my favorite liquid foundation. Now my favorite powder foundation, why did I just say that so loud? I don't know. It's by Iman, and it is her second to none luminous foundation. Yeah, that's it. Second to none luminous foundation. And this is what it looks like. Y'all, this foundation is so pretty. I feel golden when I wear this. And sometimes I look in the little mirror that I have on my makeup desk, and I'm like, ooh, this is too golden. Then I look in a regular mirror and I see it's fine. But when I just wear powder foundation, I mean, I would not put this on. You know how you can put some powder foundations on top of a liquid foundation? I would not do that, because this is good by itself and it has enough coverage and everything. But when I'm going just powder foundation, I reach to this. I love it. I feel like a golden goddess when I wear this. It's a beautiful foundation, and it does not cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, moving on. Let's do concealers. Okay, my favorite concealer, hands down out of all the millions of concealers I have tried, is by Stila. I've heard some people either love it or they're like, ooh, what's the big hype? I love it. And it's the Stila Shape Tape. This concealer, they say it's supposed to be full coverage, but I don't feel like it's so thick. What I love about it is the way it blends. It blends effortlessly. I don't have to do so much work with it, and it just melts right into my skin. Yeah, they can use a few more colors, yes, and I hope that they get some more color. I use Rich and Deep, and those are fine for me right now. But if they get some in between there, I'll still buy it. But Tarte Shape Tape Foundation is hands down the best concealer I have ever used. Moving on to mascara. Mascara. I got a high end and I have a low end. I have a high end and I have affordable. If you've been watching my channel, you know I have itty bitty baby lashes. I mean itty bitty. And it takes a lot, or used to, should I say, for me to make them stand out. But these two mascaras, I don't have to double up with different mascaras. These are great mascaras for my itty bitty lashes. The first one is by L'Oreal, and it's the Voluminous Miss Manga. I mean, this is a great mascara. I love it. And the wand, when I use the wand, I mean, it's tapered at the top and it gets a little bit bigger towards the bottom. But this wand, when I twirl it into my baby lashes, it grabs them and pulls them along with it to elongate it, which is what I like. I don't necessarily need them to look, you know, so full, which it kind of does, but it elongates it. And that's what I love about this mascara. I love it. And the same applies for my high end. It does the exact same thing, except it's a high end. And it is the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. And this is what it looks like. The wand is a little bit different. It's like thinner in the center than it is at top and bottom. But it does the exact same thing for my eyelashes as the L'Oreal one does. It pulls them out. And I can use both of these mascara for my top and bottom lashes with no problem. So I really love this mascara. All right, moving on to eyeshadow. All right, for the longest time, I have been learning how to do mascara. I have watched so many people. They can use 2, 3, 4, 5 colors and they can make this beautiful eye art is what I call it. Me, I can't do that. But if I have 1 or 2 colors, I can make that look good and that's good enough for me. I'm going to still try to do the other things, but 1 or 2 I have been very happy with. And I'm going to show you 3 eyeshadow palettes. This first one, and I'm showing you 3 because 1 is not travel friendly. This is the one that I mostly use at home for work or whatnot that I love. And there's been good talk and bad talk about this brand and its products. But my favorite stay-at-home palette is by Morphe. And it's their 35F palette. The 35F are frosts. And this is what the palette looks like. It has 4 rows of frost and then 1 row at the bottom of mattes. So this is such a good palette. Oh, I got it upside down. Okay, it has 4 rows of frost and then 1 row at the bottom of mattes, so that I can put a frost on my lid using my finger, and then I can blend it out in my crease with one of the mattes at the bottom of it. But as you can see from the size, it's not very travel friendly. So I have 2 palettes that I love that are travel friendly. One is cool tone and one is a warm tone because I really couldn't decide what this show because, you know, one's cool tone, one's warm tone. My cool tone palette, I actually got in my BoxyCharm box one month, and it is the Studio Makeup on the Go eyeshadow palette in Cool Down. And this is what it looks like. Very sleek, very compact. And these are the colors. These are the colors. I love this palette. I never realized I would love cool tone colors as much, but because you know I love like burgundy-ish colors, and this has them, and I just love this palette. Now my warm tone palette is by Too Faced, and it's the peanut butter and jelly palette. It's not as sleek, but you know it's one of their small little palettes, and I love it. I love the colors in here because first of all, it has that great peanut butter color for your transition color, and you can use pops of color. You can use purple for a pop of color, or you can use this gold, the peanut brittle. That's my favorite like lid color when I'm just, you know, going to work or something. And also, if you wanted to, you can use this rich and creamy as a highlight. So yeah, this is a very good palette. I love it. All right, moving on. I don't have a favorite in every category, okay? Because I wanted this to be an actual favorites where, you know, it may not cover every category, but these are things that I'm loving. All right, the next thing is under eye powder. Now, this under eye powder came up and stole the spot from all my other under eye powders. Okay, and it is their L'Oreal. Man, L'Oreal changing the game. I have a lot of L'Oreal stuff. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Powder. And this is what it looks like. Y'all, this is the powder. It's got two halves in here. One is just a powder and one is a highlight, okay? And I either use just the powder, or sometimes when I'm feeling froggy, I mix the two. But for my dry under eye, I mean, I love it. So, and I love applying it with my Morphe E49 brush. It's perfect. I got my glasses on for going under my eyes. But yeah, powder did not dry me out. This powder, I mean, I love it. It is smooth. I love this for my under eyes. This is 27 Sun Beige, so I went on and got 28 Cocoa so that I can interchange them just in case I don't want to go so bright with it. But y'all, this is great for under eye. Okay. All right. Oh, and this brush. I think this is my favorite Morphe brush right now. And it is the E49, as I was saying. See how challenged I am? I have to write on the brush what's it for. And it says powder. And I got an under eye drawing on there. See how challenged I am? But I love this brush. So those are great. All right, moving on to my favorite bronzer. I just did a video about bronzers. I will link it in here in case y'all want to know all different types of bronzer. Okay, not all. A lot of different types of bronzers that you can use on dark skin. But for right now, this has been my favorite, and it's the Terra Bronzer by Milho Corporation. And this is what it looks like. And it's a reddish bronzer, but I love it. It has, I think it was about 12 bucks. But that's what it looks like. I love this bronzer. It helped teach me how to bronze. So, great bronzer. It's matte. It doesn't have any sprinkles or sparkles on it, but it does have a hint of red. So, great bronzer. Moving on to my last area is for lippies. Now, these aren't favorite colors or anything. These are favorite formulas. I have 3 brands that I have been really loving their formulas. They're matte, they don't transfer, and they stay for a long time. The first one is the Makeup Forever Artiste Liquid Matte. This formula is probably the best formula I have ever used. Unfortunately, they only have about 5 or 6 colors, and only 2 are really women of color friendly. So I'm hoping they come up with more colors. It's not the moussey formula. It is a wet formula, but it's not very liquidy, and it dries down perfectly, and it goes nowhere. So Makeup Forever, they did it on this one. My next liquid lipstick formula I have been loving is by Tarte, and it's their Tarteist lip paints. This is what it looks like. This is just an example. This is not, remember, this is not color. I love this. This does the same thing as the Makeup Forever. Oh, I picked colors that are similar. That's funny. But that's it right here. It does the same thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful color ranges. They do have more colors than Makeup Forever. Beautiful color ranges. It dries down to a matte, transfer proof, and it stays a very long time. I have not. And the last one is ColourPop. ColourPop just came out with their new, they just restocked, as a matter of fact. But their newest lippies are the blotted lips. And people were like, blotted, because it's supposed to be a muted color. So they're not as bright as, you know, some of their mattes or satins can be. But these muted colors, but this blotted lip is the best formula to date. It is comfortable, it is matte, and it does not go anywhere. Okay, I started out with just one color, and this is the one I had, but they were sold out for so long. They just restocked yesterday, and I have bought every color they have. That's how great these liquid lipsticks are. And it feels similar to the other three, except this one has a little more glossiness to it. But it dries matte. But if you see it, look at it, it looks more glossy when you first put it in. It's like it has some kind of coconut oils or something in it to make your lips feel good. And it stays forever. So these blotted lips, this is where it's at. I only have two more things. First is my favorite lip protector that I also wear as like a clear lip gloss, and that's Aquaphor. The Aquaphor lip protector is awesome. It helps moisturize your lips, it helps treat your lips, and it can stay, and it looks nice on your lips. So I love this. And then my favorite lip gloss, unfortunately, they don't even make this lip gloss no more. So I'm still trying to find me a dupe or find me a place where they sell discontinued makeup so that I can get it. I wish I was smart enough to buy 2 or 3 of these before it went bye-bye. But it is the Chanel lip gloss in Giggle, and this is what it looks like, and it's a mauve. So that's what it looks like. Because I love y'all, I will swatch a little bit of it, but no more swatches on this. I will swatch a little bit. Just a tad now. That's it. That's all you're getting now. So, see it right there? That's Giggle. It is a beautiful mauve. It's not sticky. And this even stays on your lips a while. Of course, it's not all day, but you don't have to touch it up as much as you do some other lip glosses. So I really, really love this lip gloss. And if y'all know someplace where I can get me some Giggles, let me know. Okay? That's everything I've been loving for 2017 so far. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.